in first anniversary, I got 50% of hike. In
Oh,
second anniversary, I got 80% of hike in same company. And in third, I just switched the job where I got around 46% of hike. And currently, I got 120% of hike.
hi, good morning, everyone. Today, we are in another session of In Conversation with Bright Minds. And we have with us Sujit Kumar Das. Sujit is basically a senior software engineer at LTIMindtree, right, Sujit?
Yes, ma'am. Just
Okay,
joined and 14th of August.
absolutely. He has worked on various Azure integration apps like Logic App, Function App, Azure API, and he also has hands on knowledge on building microservices and creating unit test cases. Let us try to understand more about his journey and understand what exactly is a software engineer. So, welcome to the show, Sujit.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you once again for onboarding me to this broadcast. So, my journey, you can say that I started from LIT and currently I'm holding in position of LTI. So, LIT in the sense it's an organization just as a, what you can say, it's an means a team organization where we have to gain the knowledge, and there are certain teams and we have to means go to there and gain knowledge. And in that organization, I got a chance to join as a associate faculty. So where I just started my journey with developing the projects for fourth year students of engineering students. And there I am actually when I am in third year, I am building the projects of fourth year students. And from there, my journey started, and I have taken the training from Java. And then means my language, you can say that from Java I turned to .NET, then PHP, then also goes to our IoT, and then data science, then I converted to Azure and .NET full time.
Oh,
So what I did that I just means taken the knowledge and joined there as an associate faculty. And after 4 months, I quit that job, and then I have come with the idea of IoT. Though in there, I am getting a less amount of salary, and I am actually doing as part time. That there I am for third year student of Rajan Engineering College, where I got my engineer. Then software development is what you can say, it's an learning process. Means if a total IT industry is a learning process. Every day, if you learn, then you have to take in care of all the softwares and all the means whatever the data is assigned to you and whatever
mhm,
the
mhm.
tasks assigned to you. We, Without learning, it could not be possible to means get that task.
So when you did your bachelor's only in computer science, right?
Yes, yes.
So when you do your bachelor's in computer science, what kind of roles usually are open to a BTech in computer science?
In computer science, means when I was doing, then there is one role which I am doing from tier 3 company, sorry, tier 3 college.
Hmm.
So there not much of the companies are
Right.
coming for the means to onboard us. But the thing is that at that time we have the only ones as software engineer or software
Okay.
tester.
Okay.
So right now, what Tier 3 company does that Tier 3 company collaborate with Tier 3 colleges collaborate with other colleges.
Hmm.
Then if any other college there is we means onboarding process of any higher company, and then the students are migrating to that college, and they can
Okay.
means
Okay.
give the interview there. So
Got it.
we have different types of jobs the requirement in Python. We have data science and ML engineer, or by means just what you can starting the journey. You can go on data migration or data building and SQL on this,
Hmm.
and then what we are doing that then comes with software development process. Software development process, you have to compete with an object oriented language. And then by taking the help of the object-oriented language, you can build the either web-based software or Windows-based software. Then Apple it gives the Swift language for itself. Then PHP, C Sharp, Java. These are for building of web-based softwares. And Python also we have the Django framework to build the web.
Got it. So your first job, was it a campus placement or you had to search yourself?
And no, it's on campus placement.
It,
Actually, I have at that time I have five job offers from different
okay,
companies.
okay.
So two of there I have gone to the company and gave the interview, and
Hmm.
three of there are campus placement.
Got it. Got it. So when it comes to your college, what kind of packages used to come in your college?
Yeah, there it's only for in between 2 to 3 LP.
Okay, okay. So how do you think your journey has been and how much have you progressed since your college life till now?
Yeah, I actually progressed a lot because in first anniversary I got 50% of hike. In
Oh,
second anniversary I got 80% of hike in same company. And in third I just switched the job where I got around 46% of hike. And currently I got 120% of hike.
oh, that is
It's in means from my starting job I was getting around 5,000 per month,
okay.
where I just means develop the project of fourth year students,
Hmm.
and then currently I'm getting 22x of that
Which is very
first.
good. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, because you have experienced so many switches, how would you explain, what should a person keep in mind while sitting for an interview when he makes a switch? What kind of questions he should prepare himself as a software engineer whenever he wants to make a switch?
Okay. So thing was that base is OOPS concept. So whenever we give any interview, till now I gave around 60, 70 interviews, where I got most of the questions upon OOPS concept. Either it was Java or C Sharp and Python. It only OOPS concept is there, and then the particular work you are doing
Hmm.
in previous company, that's you have to means recognize that work, and you have to regain some knowledge from that work. And from the work related they were asking in interview, they were basically asked oops and work related questions.
Got it.
And they gave the scope, if means any software working in their company means which company you are going to interview, uh, that company will ask about their softwares and their means their process of working. And another thing was that whenever you goes to 3+ years of experience, then design pattern, that solid, dry, keys, these are the design principles. These are the required means you have to mandatory that you have to compete with on any design pattern. And for the SDLC, software development lifecycle, you have to compete with Agile because previously we are doing waterfall model. That in means current situation that doesn't gives you the experience upon waterfall. So we have to compete with Agile.
Got it. So you have also mentioned that you have worked on Azure. Now,
Yeah.
this, I mean, I think in the industry it has just come from last 2, 3, or maximum 4 years. Azure was not that famous before. So,
Yeah.
how important it is to learn these new tools, and can you still work with the older ones, or you just have to update yourself to these new ones?
Yeah, actually, previous company, in the means first company meant that exists technology. I have worked with AWS, and
Okay.
by switching to TCS, I have
Hmm.
worked with Azure.
Okay.
So I have both the knowledge of AWS and Azure, and I think that you can go with the previous AWS means previous cloud computing systems and
Hmm.
cloud computing integrations. There is no need to change if the requirement not comes, then you don't need to change the technology in cloud computing technologies.
And how
You can
different
copy.
is it when how difficult is learning a new technology when you make a switch? So, for example, I found Azure to be pretty, what do you think? Is Azure different from AWS? Are these cloud computing technologies different to learn, or do they work on the same path?
No, around 80% of things are same
Hmm.
because in workspace, there AWS we have Lambda, here we
Exactly.
have
Huh.
Azure functions.
Hmm.
It means around 80% of the things are same, and for the concept, core concept, it is a little bit of different. And
Hmm.
pricing, tiering, everything, and resource management is different with AWS and Azure. But whenever you want to switch, then no need, means it doesn't take any spare of time, or you can learn by doing itself.
Hmm. So it is okay to just go with one tool, and then over in the job itself, if it requires you to switch to make changes or to learn something new, it is easy to switch and easy to learn other things
Yes, yes, it's easy to switch.
to switch. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. So I wanted to understand. So, for example, a person wants to go ahead and make a career like you in software engineering. Are there any certifications that they should be taking from outside other than their college, which will help them?
No, actually, in whenever you're sorting the CV, whenever a means requirement comes and recruiter sort the CV,
Hmm.
it gives the impact that all the if means he did the certification or she did the certification, it's given positive impact. But thing was that to gain knowledge, it don't require to get the certification, because whenever you just whenever you just see the LinkedIn profile, just in you can say that in 1 month, previous 1 month, I just did one certificate from Microsoft, and that's Azure developer certificate. So for me, I don't have any AWS certified or any C Sharp certified. Only Azure certified I did, and after left to my TCS, means Azure part. And currently I'm working with DevOps and microservices. So
Okay.
my learning starts from C Sharp web development, C Sharp.NET Core. Then comes with Python. I have knowledge upon Symmesh network and all the what you can say OpenCV concepts, and machine learning language for image processing.
Okay.
And by doing this one, I just continue with the .NET. Then in current company, I just switch .NET and AWS. And in current company, I left with .NET microservices and Azure. And I just joined LTIMindtree. Here I am performing microservices and DevOps.
Hmm.
So Azure I left behind,
Got it.
and
So basically,
DevOps is of Azure. Yeah.
so basically, the point is that a person should be focusing on gaining the skills, and that is enough rather than going ahead after the certification,
Yes, yes. Because
right?
interviewer requires skills only, not that
Hmm.
you are showing something.
Mm. So, when it comes to your interview, you mentioned that they checked on a lot of skills of yours. Do they also go? Is it a verbal interview, or do you have to go ahead and you have to practically show them certain aspects? So, how does your interview work?
Most of the interview first round, it will be a coding round, that hacker rank challenge or hacker earth challenge.
Mm.
They are given the some link, and there we have to their question is there, and we have to perform according to the question. And second round, it will be technical interview, and third round, it will be managerial interview. And that's
Oh,
three round. Most of the companies I faced these three rounds.
got it. So the coding interview or the hacker round is the first one, which has to be cleared. Only then a person can go ahead and sit for the further ones.
Yes, yes.
Right, right. Okay. So one question that a lot of students and a lot of freshers have is, since this profile is very, very technical, do you think anybody who is not from a BTech background can also excel in this profile?
Yeah, means many of my friends are also excelling this profile, also IT.
Okay.
But thing was that it's eagerness to learn,
Hmm.
eagerness to learn anything, any new things. So whenever it comes to IT, anybody can perform because previously you can see the lots of records where they transit to just arts background to IT, computer science, or that's or what I can say general science background. They have come into IT. So it's not an issue with the switching of any bachelor's degree, any of the other bachelor's degree, but eagerness to learn and eagerness to code, it's an IT industry.
Got it. And I think that is very important because now because everything is coming in this domain. Either it's data science or software engineering or other profiles related to coding. People who are not even from the, you are into you were into core BTech computer science, but even people from other BTech background or other profiles, they want to make a switch. So I think it's a good point kept that if they have this eagerness to learn, they can definitely go ahead and excel in this field also.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so how
And
does, yes, sorry, please go ahead.
and in you know that mathematics is required for ML.
Hmm.
There's lots of mathematics required for ML. So means the commerce background, my colleagues are also working on ML part also. So
True.
it's no need to repeat. Yeah.
I myself, I am from commerce background, so I
Mm.
can agree to it. Okay. So, one last thing that I wanted to understand, how does how does the profile goes over time? So, for example, what happens after you become a senior software engineer? How does, what's the next role that you're looking for? And what's the highest role that a person can go if you continue along this path?
Okay, in IT industry, the role is what as per that we have to go to certain role. And after the senior software engineer, there are two roles you can choose. Either you are choosing the architecture role or you are choosing the delivery partner, that
Mhm.
functional role and software role. So after senior software, we have senior software specialist. Then after we can choose for architecture role. And in after this if I switch to means I told that I will take another I don't take any IT project, I will take an functional role. So you can switch to our delivery partner, that TDM, technical delivery manager.
Got it. So, just for our audience, if we can just explain once what is an architectural role and what is a functional role. So, as far as I understand, a functional role is where, in a way, you would be handling the entire project and you would be
Yes,
going ahead and you will be taking care. I mean, you will more be into a managerial role where you will be making those Jira tickets and you will be ensuring that
yes, yes,
everybody is working, and an architectural role is where you will be ensuring how the project will be deployed, and what will be the dev phase, what will be the deployment phase, how things would be placed. So if you could just explain in a little more detail, what exactly would an architectural role mean, and what does that exactly require?
okay. So whenever it goes to client and then client what it will coordinate with delivery partner or delivery manager. So delivery manager, what they will do that they will perform the means gather the resource management and any other just like you said that IFDD in Jira tickets and everything. They certainly manage the what you can say from the uh, means non-IT background. They
Hmm.
will manage all the resource, all the tickets, and they will attend all the calls, client calls for the non-technical calls, for pricing, then everything for the what you can say for time to deliver, and mean which time the project will end, which time the project will start. In if any just new requirement came, then who will perform the uh,
Hmm.
who will perform this new tickets and everything. Then they assign those as a delivery manager. So architecture, what it does that after a project comes means delivery uh, manager gives the project to the delivery lead. Then a delivery lead and sorry project lead and our architecture. Then they perform side by side, and then architecture, what it does that which technology should be implemented and
Okay.
which are the design patterns which will be implemented, and what will be the new technology or new algorithm to be implemented. They decide that. And for you can say that there is an technical documentation and another is functional documentation.
Hmm.
Functional documentation, you will see that flow chart which will be understood by our delivery manager. And after flow chart, all the means particular breakage of our flow chart to into IT means developing the language, object oriented programming language. Then there the part comes of that solution architecture.
Got it. Yes, I think so. You've very well explained it. I was just imagining how
Mhm.
things work in my project, and they're exactly the way that you defined. So, one last thing that we will have is any feedback, any suggestions, in fact, not feedback, that you would want to give to the freshers who want to enter this industry. What should they be doing? How should they aim to go ahead and become what you have become now?
Okay. So for the freshers, I saw many of the freshers are looking for the data science roles. Means
Hmm.
currently data science is in hype. So thing was that current situation, you know that all the companies are of European standards or are US standards. So they were looking some more means more proficient in data science. So fresher hiring for data science is a little bit of less, and for that reason you can go to any by choosing any web development or any mobile app development, then you can switch from there to data science in 1 or 2 years it's maximum. So any job you will get, then you can directly goes to that job, and you can switch for any other your aspirant roles.
Got it.
And
So the
for from third year onwards, means it mandatory to have you the means the design skills, SDLC, then development design skills, and object-oriented programming. It's a mandatory for that.
Hmm. And and what about internship? Because I see that even you had done internship. How important is internship for students before they enter the corporate world?
Yeah, internship actually plays a vital role in our life because in internship you will see that what the real project will be. Means
Hmm.
half of you can aspire that what the real project will be, and internship you will understand work pressure and the time complexity and the time you will develop the project and time you have to submit the project. That the knowledge you can gain from the internship, and the internship also plays a vital role.
Hmm. So I think so. Two things that freshers should be focusing: one, to get interned, and second, as
Mhm.
you mentioned, in the third year, they should start gaining all these skills if they want a good placement by fourth year.
Yes, yes. Because half of the fourth year, placement companies will come and they started placing the
Right,
people.
right. Thank you so much, Sujit, for your time. It was lovely talking to you, and I wish you all the best, and may you get even more increments and more success in the future.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your time.